Well, good morning everybody, and welcome back to the second recipe of our British month. You'll see a change of scenery today as I'm actually in the UK this week, staying with my brother-in-law Richard out in the county of Essex. So a very appropriate location for some traditional British home cooking. Again, going back to the 1970s when this was a standard dinner, often on a Monday evening when there were Sunday leftovers to be used up, but could be another night of the week. And again, back in the 1970s, lamb was one of the cheaper cuts of meat available. So the combination of minced meat, vegetables and potatoes was both tasty and economical. So today, we're going to make shepherd's pie. Okay, so what do we need to make shepherd's pie? Well, first off we have our minced lamb. Then we have onion, carrot and celery, potatoes, some garlic puree, or you could use fresh garlic, some butter, a stock pot to make some lamb stock, although you could use beef or chicken, some cheddar cheese, tomato puree, then a little jar of herbs which I've prepared, which has got thyme, rosemary and parsley in it, salt and pepper, a little bit of olive oil, some Worcester sauce, then we have a little bit of milk, some flour and half a glass of red wine. That's all we need. Okay, so I've prepared my potatoes. I've peeled them and chopped them up, put them in a pan of water and added some salt, and I've chopped my onion, carrots and celery, take into the kitchen to start frying. So while I head to the kitchen, let's do a quick check of the equipment. Okay, so the equipment we'll need for today, fairly straightforward: a chopping board, a knife, a wooden spoon, saucepan, an oven dish, a potato masher and a grater. I had a couple of technical challenges. The first was finding a camera position in the kitchen which would work, so that's why I'm crouching down to say hello to you. And then just to add to that, as you can also tell, the audio on the video didn't work. So too late to do it all over again, so I'm recording this separate audio track which will dub onto the video. So what are we doing? Well, we've got our mince in the saucepan and we're just cooking that for a few minutes so it turns a bit brown, and then after that I add my mirepoix, my onion, my carrots and my celery, which I'd already cooked a little earlier for a few minutes to soften it. Add that to the meat, then add a tablespoon of flour, and that's going to help thicken the sauce as we cook it and give that a very good mix round. Now I'm going to add a bit of red wine and stir it round to deglaze the pan. I need to take up any bits which are around the side and make sure we don't miss out any of the best bits from the mixture. Then I'm going to add my stock. My mixed herbs, my Worcester sauce, a dash of garlic paste, then a squirt of tomato puree, salt and pepper. So now we're just going to let that simmer for around half an hour in the saucepan. And as you can see, I've got my potatoes boiling gently here too for around 20 minutes. Once they're cooked, I'll drain them, then add my milk and butter, and then mash them up as best as I can, so we have a smooth mash with no lumps. So that's basically the cooking side of it. You can of course use beef rather than lamb, but then we would call it cottage pie, not shepherd's pie. So our ingredients list for this week: half a kilo, 500 grams of minced lamb or a leftover lamb, 1 onion finely chopped, 1 carrot finely chopped, 1 stick of celery finely chopped, a tablespoon of olive oil or vegetable oil, a tablespoon of flour, a tablespoon of tomato puree, a tablespoon of Worcester sauce, a teaspoon of garlic puree, 100 millilitres of red wine, 200 millilitres of stock, lamb or beef, 2 teaspoons of mixed herbs. I've used rosemary, thyme and parsley, salt and pepper. And then for the potato topping, we need 300 grams of potato which has been boiled, then mashed, 50 millilitres of milk, 50 grams of butter, 150 grams of cheddar cheese, and salt and pepper. Okay, so here we have another quick overdub. So I've put my cooked lamb into the oven dish now, and I'm going to take my creamy mashed potato, which, as I say, the more you can mash it and whip it and fluff it up, the better the better it'll taste at the end. And then I'm going to spoon the mashed potato on top of the lamb, trying to make sure it completely covers the lamb so that none of the juices can escape too much during the cooking time, and then smooth that down over the top so that the dish is nice and even. And then I'm going to get my grated cheese, as much as you can or afford or enjoy, and sprinkle that over the top of the mashed potato. And once that's done, basically you put your oven dish into the oven on a medium oven, about 180, 200, for around about an hour. It really depends on your oven, basically until the cheese melts and goes nice and brown and crispy on top. And basically that's it. Serve with peas or another side vegetable if you like. That's shepherd's pie. I hope you enjoy it.